Hello everyone, this is the Cajun Gaming Guild, and Little John come to you today, and we are playing a game that's new to Steam. It's fairly new. It's called LumberJacked. It's an incremental game, really fun, 3D. You're in a huge world. I say it's huge and huge, but it's pretty good sized, all right? Trees everywhere, and they all have different levels. The trees, I mean, basically, you're going to see a layer of like level one trees, and then once you get far enough, you're going to get to a bunch of level two trees, etc. This video that I'm making here is going to be a video about some things that I wish I had known before I played through the first round. Okay, guys? Because nothing is really like super explained to you, and that's good, that's fine, it doesn't really hold your hand, and that's okay. But I think that there's a lot of unanswered questions. This portal, for instance, it's sitting here, okay? Never even used it in my first playthrough, not even one time. I couldn't even tell you how to turn it on. But I'll tell you, it's still a pretty fun game without it. You don't even really need it as far as I'm concerned, but it is quite fun. This right here, this is the chipper, all right? So all of your logs that you cut down, so you're gonna chop down trees like this, and I have the starting axe, so and this is just a level one tree. You're gonna collect a tree, so up in the top left, you'll see I have 1 out of 10,000 trees cut, so there's 10,000 trees in this world that you have to cut, or that you don't have to cut, but I imagine there's an achievement for it. And there's 1,000 elder trees mixed in amongst them that you have to try and find. That's the objective of the game. The next symbol, though, that is your carrying capacity. And right now I have a log on me. So tip number one is this. At the start of the game, you're going to be able to upgrade your stats using money that you made. And this weight bench, okay? And there's a bunch of different things that you can use. I would tell you right now that at $8, it's not going to be bad to like maybe increase everything a couple levels, right? And the next I think is like $24. It's not super expensive, but once it starts to get expensive, I'm telling you guys, you want to focus on throw distance. All right, this throw distance is going to go up incredibly fast. Like right now, it's 3. It'll go to 5, and then it jumps up like huge amounts, to the point where you can be like halfway through the map, 3/4 of the way through the map, and still throwing trees back to your wood chipper. All right. So that's a huge tip for you. Focus your money on that first. Okay. So now we'll keep going with the UI though, because there's a few other things I had no idea about. Down in the bottom left, you'll see the R button is for tossing your trees. Okay. So as long as you're close enough to the machine, like I said, that distance gets better as you upgrade it. You can push the R button. It tosses your log in and you make $1. All right. And there's more and more dollars to make. It's just for the level one trees, it's $1. All right. They did it like that on purpose. So the higher level trees you cut, the more they're worth. I believe the next level trees, number 2, are $5 each. Per log, and then the level 3 trees are $10 each, something like that, and then it goes up and up from there. All right, so let's collect enough here to get my next one done. um, I also want to show you what the other symbols mean. Okay, so down next to toss you have another one called drink. All right, the drink, I wish I had known this earlier. I promise it's going to help you out. This early in the game, it won't, because it's expensive. But I'm going to go use the upgrade first, and then I'll explain the drink. So we are going to use this. We're going to take the throw distance right off the bat. All right. So $8. Now we can throw to 5. So this right here is what I was talking about. This really cool machine. Okay. Doesn't look like you can use it, but this button is red right now because it costs you $50 for each one of these drinks, okay? And when you have $50, this will light up green, and you can buy up to 10. If you look down left, you'll see it says Q drink and 0 out of 10, and they will give you 30 stamina back, all right? And right now, I don't even have 30 stamina, so that would like fill me probably double, all right? So, in saying that, it keeps you out into the forest way longer, meaning you can make more money, you can clear more paths, you can do whatever you need to do for much longer. And that's something I wish I had known at the start of the game, because I went through pretty much 3/4 of the game before I figured that out. All right. So, that's going to be tip number 2, I believe. All right. Tip number 3. All right, guys, is this. What a cool looking bush this is. Now, if you'll notice, center of my screen is around the circle, you'll see that it's gray, all right? And there's a little chunk taken out of the top, like right-hand side, northeast-ish of the circle. It's black, and there's a tinge of green, and the green is your stamina bar. The green means how much you have left. The black means it's empty, all right? So your max stamina is the black. If you see these bushes, and you're going to see them all over the forest, you can click on them and they give you 20 stamina back. It takes a while for them to regenerate, but they do regenerate back to full. So now you can see my stamina is back to full. Did not know that at the start. Actually, to be honest with you, I only found that out on my way back from finishing the game. I'm not going to tell you what I did to finish the game, but when I had finished the game, I was making my way back to actually get to my cabin here, and I was like, man, like I still hadn't figured out the things, and I clicked on it and I noticed the 20 at that point, and I was like, holy, this whole time I've been avoiding them. I didn't think they did anything, so I never really did anything with them, because at the start of my last run through, I didn't really pay attention, and I should have. But now that I know that, I'm telling you guys, so that'll be helpful for you. Okay? So those bushes are super duper important. Okay, so that's tip number 3. Tip number 4, you'll see inside this guy right here, this gnome, he's your guy that you're going to have to chat with. Okay, you'll see an exclamation point on his head. Okay, so once you talk to him, we're going to go ahead and do that. He's going to give you an introductory. He's going to give you some information, tell you have to collect 1,000 logs, etc., etc., etc. Okay, then from there, you can just keep going and collecting these things, right? Well, if you walk around to the edge, you'll notice there's an exclamation point over here now. And if you go here, he moves over to this side. Then you can talk to him again. Interested in a drone? Then he explains that you can actually get drones, but you have to recover some missing parts, okay? And he says, I can activate this radar. It should help you track the pieces down. Well, what radar is he talking about? I didn't figure that out until I actually found one of the drone parts. So what happens is when you're out in the woods, and this is tip number 4, as you get closer to these drone parts, they start to beep from a distance. You'll hear this beep, 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 and the closer you get to it, the faster and louder the beeping becomes. So you can kind of pinpoint, okay, I'm going, it's hotter, no, it's colder, and you're going to be able to figure it out that way, all right? Now, also, one thing that you're probably have not noticed, or if you played this a little bit, you have by now, you'll see behind the gnome on the wall, there is a map. I did not see that. Well, I saw it pretty early in the game, I guess. It wasn't horrible, and which was why I was able to beat the game in relatively good speed, is because I did see the map. I just didn't see it right away. It took me like an hour before I saw it, okay? So you'll see there's 3 orangish looking circles, all right? Those orange looking circles, if you look up in the top left, there's like a symbol, okay? Those are the location of your boilers, all right? The boilers are just items that are in the game that you're going to come across. They have a purpose. I'm not going to tell you what the purpose is, because that would be spoiling a little bit of the game for you. But I just wanted you guys to see the map, because if you're looking for certain locations, tunnels, like it even shows tunnels, you can see them there. If you know much about the game at all, or have just started, maybe you'll know that there are, and this is the next tip, caves, all right? There are caves out there, and they're all over the place, and they are filled with those juicy looking mushrooms. So when you come over here, a night owl, are you? You'll be wanting one of these lanterns. So when you click on this, the lantern here allows you to work through it. You can buy these lanterns, but they cost you money. all right? Not money, mushrooms. So that's why those caves are super important. So once you collect 200, you'll be able to stay out at night, because once it's 8:30 in the morning right now, up top right, you can see the clock. Once it gets to about 9 o'clock, it starts to get dark, and it gets dark quick. And as it gets dark, your vision in front of you is going to start shrinking, shrinking, shrinking till it's just around your circle. And if you don't get to a lighted area quick enough, you're going to black out, and you're going to wake up back up in your cabin, and anything you had on you for logs, so if you had a carrying capacity of 100 logs, let's say, they're all going to be dropped on the ground, and you'll wake up in your cabin, and depending on how far away you were, you'll have to go back and get those logs if that matters to you. There's tons of logs around to collect, but anyway, so that's for that. Do you hear that beeping sound? Remember I told you? Okay, so that's saying there is a piece of, and it's got to be this way, I'm assuming, there is a piece of drone, and it got a little faster. I don't have the energy though. Okay, the next tip I have for you guys is this, and this is just a straight up tip. It's not really necessary that you do this, but you're going to notice that all the trees in the surrounding your cabin are all going to be level 1. You're going to notice that right away. And as you get further out, you're going to get to the better trees that are worth more money. I mean, you can waste a ton of time cutting all these trees down for $1 each, all right? But if you go to the level 2 trees, they're going to be worth $5 each. The 3s are worth 10, right? So if you just cut yourself a path through these tier 1 trees, okay, it's not necessary that you cut them all down. Just cut yourself a path to run through them to get to the better trees until you end up with a drone. Once you get a drone, the drone is going to help you out a crazy amount, okay, guys? And that drone will pick up the logs for you while you're out and about doing your dirty work, because this takes time, all right? When you pick up one log at a time and it's only worth $1, it's just not worth your time when you can go out and grab a $5 log or a $10 log, okay? So you are going to want to, if you're into conserving time like I am, you're going to want to just cut paths through these level 1 trees and get to the level 2, 3, 4, 5 trees, okay? Now, you'll notice up in the sky, there are a few things to see. Well, those beams of light in their different colors are all fairies, all right? You're going to find that out when you talk to the fairy, if you choose to do so. I haven't done it yet. I probably will, but I don't think I'm going to do that quest line this round, because there are a few different quest lines. And all you have to do is make your way through the forest and get to those in order to see them. And that's where you'll find them. They will be like in a little wooden structure, tower-like thing, and you just have to go up to them and touch them, and they will be freed. All right, so that's another little tip for you for these mushrooms. Once you unlock your lamp, you'll be able to come here, and he's going to tell you, oh, you have a lamp, cool, do you want to change the color? And you can waste your mushrooms that you collect out there changing the color of your lamp. All right, yeah, cool, awesome, sounds fun, eh? Well, the problem with that is, to upgrade your drone, you're also going to need, well, just first to buy your drone, it's going to cost you a couple hundred shrooms. And then for your upgrades for your drone, to make it way more efficient, you're going to need to spend mushrooms. So if you're wasting them because you want a blue lantern or a red lantern, oh, I don't like the red one, I want to change it to a purple lantern. No, I don't like that one, I want to change it to a whatever. You're going to waste a ton of shrooms. And believe me when I say, yeah, there's shrooms. It looks like they're all over the place, but you're going to struggle to try and get that drone up quick, all right? And he's slow at the start. So you want to save your mushrooms as much as possible right at the start of the game, or even up to mid-game. I wouldn't waste my time changing the color of your lantern. It really doesn't matter. It's just cosmetic, all right? Last but not least, one of the things that I could not figure out, and I really did just figure it out after I beat the game. It's kind of pathetic, but I did. Down the bottom of your screen, you have your money way to the right, you have your how many mushrooms you've collected in the middle, then you have a teardrop with 571. What are the teardrops? How do you get the teardrops? Well, I had no idea. That was how much I got through the first run at 571. No idea how I got them. So, at the end of the game though, it tells you that the next time you play, you'll have a 30% increased chance of collecting amber. So that is all I could figure out was the amber, and how you get it is by chopping down trees. You have a small chance of collecting amber, and when you do, it goes to there. And now, because I beat the game, I have a 30% more increased chance of finding it as I cut trees down. Well, what's amber used for? I had no idea, but I did figure this out earlier in the other game. I just couldn't figure out how to get it. If you go hit the escape button, you have your menu, and it's the skin shop here. It's all cosmetic, of course, which is minor, but it's still there. And I bought all of these with some of the amber that I had already collected, okay? And they cost so much, and you can see there's a symbol, 100 teardrops, which is the amber, and you can spend it here. This just changes your arms. You can see on my screen, you can see it changing right in the background, and then there's coins. So if you want it to look different, your dollars and whatever else, well, you can unlock these as well. So we'll go ahead and do some of that just for laughs. I have so much amber, I don't even know what to do with it. And that's all that's for. Like I say, not killer important, not gonna change the speed of your game or anything. It's just you might want to have something different. And because I'm from Canada, I want toonies, my friends. Toonies. All right, perfect. So that is going to be it, my friends. I do not think there's anything else that you guys really need to know. But I will end this on one last tip. You can sharpen your axe. This will not help you when you're cutting down trees and how many hits it takes. This only helps you to cut down higher level trees. So once you level this up once, you'll be able to cut down level 2 trees. If you level it up twice, you'll be able to cut down level 3 trees. But it will not help you cut down a level 1 tree down in one hit, for instance. That has to be done over here at the workbench. And one more for the road, sleeping. Time goes by really quick. You can see in the top right corner, the clock is going by really fast. You can go to this bed. It's going to give you 3 options. You can rest until night, rest until morning. I'm sure the developers are going to put in some kind of system for this down the road. But for now, if you hit any one of these, you're going to feel full of stamina, okay? There is no time penalty in this game. There's no days. How many days have you played? Blah, 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 blah. So you do whatever you want. At the start of the game, I always go till morning. Why? Because if you do it till night, well, you don't have a lamp yet, and you're going to just respawn in your cabin 2 minutes later, and you wasted a bunch of time running around. And then you got caught out in the dark, right? So you're always better to just do it till morning for the first, until you get your lantern. Then after that, you do whatever you want. All right, and it really isn't going to matter what you click here. You can hit rest. You're still going to be full. You can do till night. It doesn't matter because you have a lantern, so you can still keep going. It really will not make a difference. Okay, guys? So that's going to end this video here. Hopefully these tips and tricks helped you out. If you don't mind hitting the like and subscribe button down below, it would help me to grow my channel. And if you don't mind leaving a comment down below, if there's something I missed you think I need to cover, I can always make another video or do something else. I am planning on making another run through with the last ending that I have not done. So hopefully we'll see you there.